Hi there. Thank you for being on today's session. My name is Amanda Bouck. I'm the co-founder and owner and operator of Legend Real Estate Trust. In today's session, we're going to talk about how you can use existing RSPs and self-directing them into private and passive real estate. Now, I'll start by saying that Legend has been built by experienced investors for everyday people such as yourselves. Now, Marty and I have been investing into real estate for more than 20 years, and we have professionally coached hundreds of people as well. Now, a few things that we've learned over the years is that real estate investing takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of energy in order to select your market, select your property, manage the property, etc. So we have created Legend as an option for everyday people who've got full-time jobs, families, hobbies, etc., who know they should be investing into real estate or feel like they've always wanted to invest in real estate, but didn't know how or where to begin. So we've created Legend, which is a completely passive option for seasoned real estate investors to beginners or to everyday folks who just want to dabble into real estate as a potential opportunity to add to your overall investing portfolio. So without further ado, we'll get into today's session and talk about more specifically about how to use your RSPs in order to do so. Now, like all investing, this investment would come with a level of risk, and it's important that you evaluate our offering memorandum, which is available for everybody. So, how self-directing your RSP actually works is that most people's RSPs are traditionally invested into mutual funds, publicly traded stocks, or EFTs that you probably have somebody who manages your portfolio for you, and you may or may not have a whole lot of choice or visibility into what your RSP is invested into. Now, with self-directing your RSP, this gives you the opportunity to keep all of your tax shelter benefits, gain control over that RSP, and choose private real estate to invest those funds instead. So it follows all CRA rules, and you're not actually withdrawing your RSP, so you're not going to be triggering any taxes either. You are simply redirecting and choosing where those funds can be invested instead. Now, the reason why a lot of our investors are choosing passive and private real estate as a part of their RSP investing is because they currently feel a bit disconnected from how their RSP is currently invested. That many have no idea what companies or what stocks or bonds, etc., they're invested actually into. So they really like the idea of owning real bricks and mortar real estate with property addresses that they can drive by, they can look at, that it's the real bricks and mortar investing that has a lot of real estate investors interested. So it's also not tied to daily market swings. And we're not tied to these wild swings within the headlines, the news headlines. So private real estate, it does offer you, again, that a bit more stability and control and a place that you can choose to put your RSPs. Now, this does offer something that is a bit different than traditional investing. As we've talked about, it's a tangible asset, something that you can actually see and feel if you wanted to. Now, the income is generated from rent. In the simplest terms, Legend will buy multifamily properties that are already existing, that are newly built or newly constructed within that turnkey model, is where we focus. Tenants will pay rent, and out of that rent, we will have our expenses come out, and then the income is the monies that are left over after at the end of each month. So the value of our properties are really focused on long-term growth. Real estate is not intended to be a quick and dirty, you jump in, you jump out, you make a pile of money. that we are looking at investing primarily in turnkey assets, and the strategy behind it is buy and hold. Long-term real estate is where we are focused. This is something that has historically been very beneficial and profitable for myself and Marty, and plus the hundreds of investors that we've already worked with over these years, and we will continue to do so. So with passive investing, there's no personal responsibility to the investor to deal with tenant phone calls. You never need to do a mortgage application. You don't have to do a credit check either. And there's no management from an operations standpoint on your end whatsoever. For a legend investor, all it takes is book a call with my team, connect with us. Let's talk about if Legend could be a good fit within your portfolio. And then from there, it's a bit of paperwork and you're invested into Legend. It truly is a passive and completely hands-free investment for our investors. Marty and I, in our expert team, we do all the heavy lifting and we do all of the work for you. Now, the legend model. So, when you invest, you are subscribing into Class A trust units. Now, what that means is you're investing into multifamily property within a growing portfolio of properties. So, your capital is pooled with other investors, and we handle the acquisition, the management, and all of the operations. So we've made investing simple from an investor's perspective intentionally. So looking back into my real estate coaching years, which Marty and I both did for many, many years, and working with hundreds of real estate investors, that we have had, a front row seat to what people are looking for, what they're looking to get out of their real estate investing, and what a lot of those challenges and hesitancies have been over the years. So, the number one reason why people don't invest into real estate is the analysis paralysis. There are so many investing options out there that you think, what market will I choose? What property will I choose? How will I negotiate? How will I get the funds together to even close on this property? And that's before you even get the keys. After you get the keys, what are you going to do with these tenants, the renovations, the operations, etc.? We have cut through all of the noise of that for our legend investors and said, we will handle everything for you. Our legend investors can participate in owning a piece of a growing portfolio with as little as $10,000, and you can use any Canadian registered account. Again, you're self-directing your RSP, which means you're not cashing it out, you're not triggering any taxes, you're simply choosing to direct where those funds are going, and you can choose private real estate instead. Legend offers quarterly cash flow payments that are flexible. If you'd like to receive your cash flow quarterly, that's an option. Or if you want to do the DRIP program, the dividend reinvestment program, then you can reinvest your cash flow back into the fund and with a 2% incentive. Investors will receive regular updates from the Legend team, and you will continue to have access to myself and Marty on an ongoing basis. We've created the Legend Inner Circle, which is a free real estate community on Facebook with thousands of fellow real estate investors and everyday people. Now, this is a space that is free for everybody to join, and it keeps you connected within the real estate and the legend community. And again, that direct ongoing access to myself and to Marty as well. It's part of our commitment to our community and also our legend investors. So, a couple commonly asked questions here that we have found over this time and what people are asking us mostly. Number one, is this real estate investment risky? And the answer is all investing is risky. There is no guarantees. So what Legend has done is determine how are we going to mitigate risk as best as possible. And the first thing is that Legend investors are already participating in multifamily properties, which offers a level of diversification. So, on top of that, you're investing into a multifamily property within a growing portfolio of multifamily properties. And then, if you pair that with your own individual investing portfolio, maybe you're blending with some stocks and mutual funds, etc., it's that diversification that offers a different level of risk tolerance for individual investors to choose. We also have our properties that are professionally managed, and Legend is professionally managed by myself and Marty. So, again, real estate investors who have been in the trenches, who have been doing this for 20 years, that we have built this fund as real estate investors for everyday people, that we handle everything on your behalf. And again, for the long-term horizons that we are focused on, again, that turnkey model, buy and hold, long-term real estate is where we focus entirely. The next question is my money locked in forever? And the answer is no. You can redeem your investment. So we understand that sometimes life changes, and we do allow for early redemptions within the parameters outlined in our OM. If you need to leave earlier than the 5-year period, then there's a redemption fee that is associated. If you leave after the 5 years of your investment, there's no more redemption fee that is applicable. And is the fund only for seasoned investors? And the answer is no, it is not only for seasoned investors. Although many of our investors have a great deal of experience and they choose Legend as an option within their portfolio, that maybe you're starting to choose some more passive investing opportunities. You might be an active investor who's getting a little bit tired. Maybe you want to slow down, or perhaps you just want to focus on the things in your life that are more important to you, such as family or travel, etc. So it is suitable for very seasoned investors. It's also suitable for everyday folks who have never invested into real estate before. So you do not need to have any experience whatsoever in order to invest into Legend. You need to meet eligible or accredited investor status, and then we can determine the suitability within our team if Legend is a good fit for you. Now, our friends in Quebec must meet accredited status. And once you invest, can you invest more money into the future? And the answer is yes, absolutely, you can. So let's imagine you come into the fund today for a minimum of $10,000. That's great. You're now a Legend. And if it's a part of your plan that you want to increase your investment over time, then we certainly encourage you to do so. And it's very easy. You just need to log into the online platform and you can add to your investment over time. It's very simple. You can also do that drip as well. So if you want to reinvest your cash flow back into the fund, then we do offer that 2% incentive. Now, the reason why investors are choosing Legend is because they want that real estate exposure, but not any of the work behind being a landlord. We've all heard those nightmare landlord stories, and for most people, it makes you absolutely cringe. Now, I've been a landlord since I was 21 years old, so I don't really know any other life other than landlording and being an investor. So I'm completely fine to handle that. But for most people, this is something that could be very frightening and takes a lot of, knowledge and experience to do it. So Legend investors do not need to worry about landlord duties or management duties at all. We take care of all of that on your behalf. So you don't have any of the time or the stress of real estate investing or even a concentration risk. So that means your investment is not tied to one particular property or one particular unit. You're investing into a growing portfolio of multifamily properties of Canadian real estate. Now, your investment is completely passive, so there is no work once you invest. And the only work to get invested is a bit of paperwork to sign up for the investment. So it's our team, it's Legend's team of experts that handle everything for you. There's no mortgage applications. There's no big down payments that you're responsible for. There's no credit check. And again, none of those worries of property management or dealing with a renovation, no late night phone calls, etc., etc. So Legend offers that very affordable entry point of $10,000 to come into our REIT, and this gives you real estate ownership. You become an owner of real bricks and mortar. So, if this is something that you believe is interesting for you, let's grow your wealth together. The first step would be to book a call with my team. Let's talk one on one and determine if this could be a good fit for you. So, for most Canadians, their RSP is one of their largest assets. But it's often one of the least that are examined. Most Canadians have an RSP and they kind of just throw money into it and let somebody else manage it. Now, I just ask you, would you like to have more control over your RSP? Would you like to choose where those funds are invested? How about self-directing it into private real estate? This gives you that ability to be more intentional about where your money is invested. So again, if this is something that you'd like to learn more about, please go ahead and book in a call with our team. There's a QR code up on the screen here as well. You can also visit us at www.legendrealestatetrust.ca or reach out directly by email, info@legendinvestments.ca. We look forward to chatting with you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.